Welcome back, my dear friends, to TEDS. The topic of the day is blunders made in interviews. Interviews can be equated with rebirth. If you're a fresher, you're getting a new avatar into a corporate world as a new person. And in case you are an experienced candidate, you are climbing the ladder up, trying to go towards the horizon. So, interviews are important points of your life. When you are talking about interviews, there are so many blunders that we make when we are going for attending an interview. This video focuses just first 5 blunders that we commit when we are attending any interview. The first blunder that most of us commit is not doing proper research about the company and also not reading the JD properly. I've seen most of my students, when they come for any kind of a company, they don't even go through the website of the company. They don't do any kind of a research. Research is more important. What you're supposed to do first, do a research about the company, learn about the vision and mission of the company and the values of the company, and make a note. You need to know more about their competitors. You have to do some research on the competitors and how they are placed in the market. The next point, you have to go through the JD word by word and understand it better. JD talks about the profile that they are hiring for. That is, you are applying the job for that profile. That means you should evaluate the JD well and understand the JD and try to put you into that shoe and analyze it and project how you are suitable for that JD. In case you are a fresher, talk about the capacities and capabilities that you have. Just focus on your capabilities and showcase your capabilities to the interviewer. In case you are an experienced candidate, talk about the experience in the particular field and showcase that experience to the interviewer. That gives a beautiful set for your own interview. The second blunder that we commit is arriving too late. Even we have created, as an Indian, we have created a phrase called Indian punctuality. Punctuality matters. What do you mean by Indian punctuality? If I want my students to come at 8:30 sharp, I normally tell them you need to report at 8 a.m. sharp without late. So I think at least between that 8 to 8:30 people will assemble. So this is called Indian punctuality. So whenever we plan, as Indians, we always keep that cushion of 30 minutes. It should not be done with any kind of interview platforms. So when you are going for interview, if it is 8:30, be there sharp at 8:25, enter, and be ready for the interview at the given slot 8:30 a.m. That gives a better impression about you. What are the things that you need to keep in mind when you're talking about going on time? You have to evaluate the traffic. You have to evaluate the distance between where you are and where you need to reach, and try to travel even before in hand, a day before, on the same time. Evaluate how much time it takes from your place to reach the interviewer place. That will give you a proper idea about how you need to plan the journey. So, evaluate the distance. In most of the cosmopolitan places, even to cross 1 kilometer, it takes 10 minutes. So, you need to be doubly careful and start from your home accordingly. Third blunder, arriving early. People might be wondering why you are making it as arriving early as a blunder. It is also a blunder. It doesn't mean punctuality. See, here I just wanted to give you an incident which happened in my life. I had he is one of my mentors, Reverend Dr. Arogyasamy. He was Archbishop of one of the southern dioceses. He is known for punctuality. So once he had invited me for a program where he wanted to go to a place where it would at least take 3 hours. So we started early. We reached the place even 15 minutes before. He stopped his car on the road and said, "Let us wait." And he entered a spot just 5 minutes before. Just 5 minutes. And when we reached there, within 5 minutes, he was able to start the program, and on time, he started the program. That talks about punctuality. So, my dear friends, arriving too early gives a meaning of two. One, it tells that you are very desperate. The other one, you are very arrogant. Very desperate means you don't have any other work and you want this work, you want this job very desperately. That also gives a negative connotation about your own capacities. And the other one, why it is arrogant? The HR or the interviewer has given you a time slot. He has specified, in case if it is 10:30, he has specified the time as 10:30. So you cannot pop up anytime and ask him to meet you anytime. So you need to respect the time of the other person. So you cannot be arrogant that way. The next blunder, not updating the resume. Resume needs to be updated frequently. When you're applying for a job, you need to, by all means, update your resume. Resume is your life, what you have lived till now. It is being summarized and shown to the interviewer. So, you cannot write the resume for 10 pages or your curriculum vitae. Whatever is required, it needs to be prepared according to the job description, the profile that they have asked for. All the unwanted experiences are to be removed from your resume. Whatever is required needs to be placed there. Simple, in simple words, whatever adds value to you to get that job needs to be displayed in the resume, nothing else. Another one, whatever is not you, don't please add in the resume. When you add something in your resume, you are supposed to explain and give information about what you have given in the resume to the interviewer, because the interviewer goes through your resume and starts the interview from your own resume. So do not lie in your resume and get it updated. Another one, when we are talking about resume, people normally cut, copy, paste the objective or the summary. Please never do it. The objective or the summary needs to be aligned with the job description, and you need to design it with your own language. So, resume needs to be updated without fail. Okay. The fifth blunder, sharing too much of personal information. In most cases, I have seen, whenever I have interviewed some people, people talk more about their personal information and they talk a lot. They never allow the interviewer to interact at all. It is an interview. You need to remember it is a job oriented interview, and the interviewer is interested only on certain facts that you have, which goes in alignment with the job requirement and the profile that he has in his company. So, talking about the personal information, and that too for a longer period of time, bores him down and it doesn't set a proper tone to the interview. Then, never ever talk negative about any of your friends or anybody or the previous employer or anybody. If you are a fresher, don't talk negative about your college or your school. That is more important. So, talking too much and sharing so much of a personal information and talking negative is to be avoided. My dear friends, I think you might have enjoyed this video. And in the next video, let us see what all the other points that we need to keep in mind when you are going for any kind of interview. Until then, bye.